Oh, let's make more torches. I should probably set a timer so I remember to place cuts for YouTube stuff. And stopwatch, and there we go. Okay. So yeah, a little behind the scenes. I tried to put markers in my live stream for later when I cut it up and put it on YouTube. And I get about as many views there as I do here. So, okay, I can't stab through the door. Honestly, that does make sense. And there they go. That's right, run. Run, coward. Oh, is that how these swords work? God, that sucks. Okay, so I need lead to make an anvil. And then I can hopefully make a better sword than the one I currently have, because short swords, not worth it. I want something that'll swing like this axe does and do decent damage like this axe doesn't. Okay, how am I seeing this level of slowdown in Terraria? Hold on a sec. This is very strange. I mean, this is not a demanding game for like 5 years ago. Ooh, a little bit of day bloom. I do need to find water yet. That's still pending. Oh. Okay. Pro tip, don't run right into the zombies. That would be very foolish. Especially if somebody did that. Oh, rats. Alright, so I'm going to collect gravestones, as you do. That'll serve as a death counter. Ooh. Come here, little guy. So, as we can see, I currently have a buff called Happy, which jacks up my movement speed and decreases spawns. That's just because of these little guys. This is apparently a thing that sunflowers do. So we're going to get some of these and make sure I have them around home. Because honestly, if I can get a buff, it's silly not to have it. There we go. Okay, so let's get back to just kind of searching around for a bit, because I would like to find some above ground treasure. I mean, it's easier than mining. So let's see what I can find, and hopefully I can just come across a few lead bars so that I don't have to go searching for them. Because I would like to get a half-decent weapon to start with. Mostly because I don't want to hide in my house at night. I want to be able to do stuff. Oh. Well, I guess we're just going to have to go through. So one of the things that I like is you can hold a torch in your hand, and that acts like illumination. That's something I kind of wish that they would do in Minecraft, but I suppose that doing that kind of dynamic lighting might be a bit much for their creaky engine. Granted, it has changed a lot. I mean, God, how old is that game now? I mean, how old is Terraria now? So, I don't know if that's something that could be done, but it would really be helpful. I mean, I used to use a flashlight mod for Quake 1, which was not a very good mod, but all it did was it would project something out from your line of sight, and at the end of the ray it was casting, it would create a dynamic light object of some kind. And that served as a flashlight, and obviously that doesn't quite imitate how light behaves, but it's something for some of those darker levels. But certainly not great, but it worked. It's what we had, you know. Oh, am I going to be able to get back up after going down here? Like, I want to explore this cave, but I would like to be able to return. And I simply don't have the rope necessary to guarantee that. Or a grappling hook. I would love a grappling hook. Come on, game. Let's see it. Let's see an early hook. That'd be just kick-ass. Okay, well, can't have everything. We can turn cactus into decent enough armor, which is definitely an odd thing, but cactus armor and cactus swords are not terrible. Again, I'm still lacking lead, so... Oh, I should probably take some of this glass with me, too. I mean, this sand, but it'll be glass later. So one thing I'm kind of nutty about in this is making sure I have potions on hand. Takes a little while to get all that together, but being able to make my own healing potions and buff potions are really huge, especially for boss fights. I mean, then again, I don't deal with some of the earlier bosses unless I have a Molotov cocktail on hand. Or rather, several of them. I don't think it knows anything because it's sand. Then again, we did trick sand into thinking, and we called it a computer. So who knows? Although, interestingly, because the traces we create in silicon are created by the shadows of what we're projecting onto them, it's kind of like computers are powered by dark magic. If you think about it in a certain kind of way. Oh, okay, I have 6 silver coins. I need like 50 to get the merchant to show up, which is kind of a lot. Oh, geez. They have a lot of hit points. At least it feels that way, because I can't seem to hurt them. Oh, there's a chest. Go away, vulture. Come on, just make sure I'm properly dead before you start. Look at this impatient-ass vulture. Okay. And what's in the box? Oops. How do I just... None of that helps right now. I mean, a breathing rod is all well and good, but it's not what I need. I will equip it, I think. Where the heck does it go? What? Okay, but I didn't know you could use a breathing reed like a weapon. I did not know this was a weapon. When did that happen? I'm not gonna lie, I kind of love it. Especially since it's doing 11 melee damage. Legendary breathing reed. Jeez, that is a very strange find. Well, whatever. I'll roll with it. Okay, it doesn't auto-swing, but, you know. That's just not something you're going to get in the early game. True. Yeah, take that, slime. How do you like my legendary breathing reed? Oh, we're getting near the corruption, so you know what? Yeah, we're going to have to turn back. Especially because it's night already. Hell yeah. Ooh, some more water leaf. That'll be good for a few potions later. Although, I need to harvest it when it's raining to be able to collect seeds. Seeds are the real difference here. When you have seeds and can start planting flowers at home, that's when you can really start farming up potions for later boss fights and such. Uh-oh. Oh, I just made it. That is a relief. Okay. Oh, those vines just spawned out of nowhere. There's actually an accessory or something you can get down the road that makes it so that when you cut vines, you actually get them as an item in your inventory that you can use exactly the same as rope, which is very cool. I've only seen it a couple times though. It's either really rare or just really late game. A recall potion? Well, thank you, Mr. Slime. I'm still low on now. I'm still... Oh, wow, I can't even get up there. That's unfortunate. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and make a bunch of wood platforms. And we have a solution, basically. Oh, that's not what I was looking for. So at first, this looks like a really crappy stairway, but thankfully, there's a way I can make it into a legitimate stair. Because like you can run down it fine, and then you can't run up it very easily. But that's one of the uses of the hammer. You give it a gentle little bonking, and somehow it turns into a stairway. The hammer kind of serves the purpose of the... There was a modded item in StarCraft called the wrench, and it just let you change how things were faced. And it's something I've kind of wanted in Terraria, not Terraria, Satisfactory, just because I keep placing things wrong and having to deconstruct and rebuild them, which I'd really rather not. Oh, a chest. What do we have? We have some lead bars, plenty. An aglet, which isn't good, but we'll use it anyway. And yeah, we'll just loot the whole stack. Take the chest home. And you know, we even have some clay here. Clay is going to be useful for making our greenhouse in a little bit. And the greenhouse is so that we can plant flowers and use them for potions. So we'll get what we can. Hopefully the zombies don't ruin the fun for me. Okay, so we're just going to carve a little stairway out of here and then see if I can get up and over the hill. You know, I'm still not exactly armed. Oh, hello. I mean, not particularly well. Oh, what did I do? Oh, where's my armor? The heck? Okay, there's a feature I wasn't aware of. Apparently you can switch your armor, and I don't know how I did it. Oh, you zombies. Do you even know what you're coming up against? A legendary breathing reed. That's right. Best weapon I've got. Hell yeah. So the main use of falling stars at this point in the game is I can combine 5 of them to increase the amount of mana I have available to me, which doesn't mean a lot yet, since I don't have any items that will use mana, but... Oh, we're already to the corruption. Sad face. Okay, I hope it's not too dark to see. Unfortunately, there's not a lot I can do about that at the moment. Okay. Let's just keep running. Down. Down, boy. Look at this gigantic reed I have. What are you even thinking assaulting me? I mean, it's no dragon's tooth, but dang. Oh, I suppose I am carrying mushrooms. I can actually eat those. And recover health. Okay, life is regenerating. I now have enough on hand to make an anvil. Once I find it. Is there maybe a better way I could... Oh, that's much more convenient. Oh, I still have to do it this way. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is... I'm going to place a couple of wooden platforms here. Well, I'm going to try to do that. Unfortunately, somebody is standing in my way. Okay, well, this isn't quite the optimal crafting setup, but I'll just have to roll with it. Okay, so I can make a cactus sword, which does 10 melee damage, which is less than the reed. I can also make cactus armor, which is about the same as wooden armor, so I'm just going to leave that be. How much silver am I carrying? 29. Okay, well, we're still a little short of the 50 needed. Ah, God. My innards are becoming outards. Okay, I know I have mushrooms. Okay, it doesn't restore a lot, but... Oh, you do get potion sickness from that. Rats. Okay, this gives me a number of little buffs. Yeah, minor improvements to all stats. So that's kind of significant. Okay. See, the problem is I need rope. Like a lot of rope. And I'm just not going to be able to get it until the merchant shows up. I mean, with any luck, I can probably come across some by, you know, smashing open pots and so forth, but... Alright, so basically I want to build another room. So let's get some wood walls. About 100 of them should do. There we go. And then... table. And a chair. So, I'm building housing early because in addition to various conditions that certain NPCs have to actually join your little community, whoops, you do need, basically you need a house there so they have somewhere to move into. And then we'll place this chair here. And I believe that's a valid house. Okay. I'm going to place a thingy up there. then give it that nice little angle. And so I'm probably, yeah, I'm gonna have to take these down. That's fine, we'll build more later. And then stairway, stairway. Oh, I need one more. Can I just, okay, that does the trick. There. And then we'll cut little holes in the wall here. Oh, wow, I need a lot of tin before I can make a full set. And as a general rule, you always want to make full sets of gear whenever possible, because you get a defense bonus from having coordinated gear, for lack of a better way to put it. Okay. Oh, I still need doors. Let's see. So we're going to build a total of... We're going to have a total of 4 residences once we're done here. Just need to tear some of this down. And what we'll have is we'll have a central column that'll connect to the various rooms. It's a pretty simple layout. It's nothing really special, because I just don't have the artistic inclination to make something better. It's kind of like when you finally see me come up with a game that I put on itch. It will be a very clear case of programmer art, as in it looks terrible and I can't do much about that. Yeah, I'm working on a couple simple ideas, you know, before I get to my more ambitious ones. I just want to get something out there. I'm kind of rambling, and I apologize. Anyway, let's make this... Let's turn this crack house into a crack home. There we go. Oh, I gotta hammer time a lot of this stuff in the background here. You know, I think I can take some of the stone that I've been collecting and actually make some bricks for the background here, which would, for the thing in the center. I think maybe that'll look nice. Oh, excuse me. Let's see if that's a thing I can actually do. Oh, and I'm gonna zombie-proof the doors. Oops. Yay, a mana crystal. And... oh, here we go. So I can make stone wall, but not bricks. Oh, do I have to make gray bricks and then I can make brick backgrounds? Is that how that works? Yep, there they are. Gray brick walls. And I can't make many. So I guess I just won't. Oh, wait, I can make... I can do the darker... Sorry. Having an old man moment. Everything's all... I feel really old and creaky today. Okay, we'll put some lights in the hall here.